100,000 cold cases in the United States. They won't be solved with CODIS alone.
On May 4th of 2019, I was asked to respond to Harvard, Illinois, the Rush Creek Conservation, for an unidentified male who was found suspended from a tree. A hiker had found him while hiking, and when I got there, I did the scene examination, everything. He had no sort of identification, nothing in his pockets except a small flashlight and a pair of scissors. So I brought him to the hospital for full body x-rays to see if he had any sort of pacemaker, hip replacement, anything with a serial number. He didn't. The next day, we performed an autopsy, and it said that the cause of death was a suicidal hanging. Again, there was no scars, tattoos, identifying marks, nothing along those lines. He had several layers of clothing, and it was hot in May, so the sun was beating down on him, so unfortunately he was starting to decompose a bit, so he was unidentifiable. We couldn't, post his picture anywhere or things like that. So we then decided to fingerprint him, so we sent ink fingerprints to APHIS. Those came back with no matches. We decided to try electronically scanning his fingerprints, so we rehydrated his fingertips and sent those to APHIS. Again, no matches, unfortunately. Then we had a forensic odontologist come to the office and perform a dental examination and chart all of the missing teeth and fillings and things like that. We sent it to state and federal and international databases, no matches. At that point, we had a lot of turnaround with our coroners, so the sheriff's department was in charge of our office, and the sheriff's lieutenant, who was overseeing the office, at that point really gave me a lot of freedom to pursue different avenues of human identification, which was amazing. So I created our office a NamUs account to see if he matched with any other missing people out there. He did not. So then I collaborated with the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office in Florida for a facial reconstruction. So I sent different angles of his face to the reconstructionist, and they sent a digital photo that they created of him. It was beautifully done. I was super excited. I thought, this is it. We're going to identify him now. So the sheriff's department and I created a press release with all of his clothing descriptions and then this facial reconstruction. We followed, over 70 leads probably that we got from the public, and nothing was matching or panning out.
And so she was kind of stuck on what to do next. There were investigators that were trying to find missing persons reports of someone that fit this guy's description, and they were just coming up with nothing. And I saw this case and gave Olivia a call, talked to her a little bit about what we do, and gave her some case studies of some other cases that were similar in nature, and asked if we could help.
And so they reached out to me and they explained all their services, and they asked what kind of avenues I've already gone down. And at that point, I had pretty much gone down every avenue that I could think of at that time. And I really didn't want this case to grow cold, so I wanted to keep pushing forward and keep trying to find his identity for the family. And so we just set everything up, and they were really good about keeping in contact with me, keeping me updated throughout the whole process.
She submitted a request to Othram online and gave full case details about who this person was, his NamUs ID, he was in the NamUs database as an unidentified person, and that there were skeletal remains left for us to look at.
During all of our autopsies, we draw a DNA card for each individual that we bring back here. So I sent them the DNA card just via mail. It was just the blood DNA card, and they did all the work from there. I honestly had the easy job in all of this, and they just took that card and flew with it.
Generally, it takes about 12 weeks to do the lab work, which is extraction, quality assessment, and sequencing. It took us, I think in this case, it was a matter of like 5 or 6 weeks. The DNA was, per the lab team that we have, was very easy to work with. And they were able to build a really nice DNA profile of this person. And we ran it up into genealogical databases, and we pinpointed several people that we thought could be very closely related to this person. And I believe one, and Olivia will confirm this, I believe one of those people ended up being this person's brother.
I reached out to his brother. He came to the office, we spoke, and we were able to confirm that he actually received indigent dental work at the University of Illinois, Chicago. And ironically, our forensic dentist works at the University of Illinois, Chicago, so he was able to compare their dental records with the examination that he had previously done in May of 2019. So we were able to come full circle and identify him as Darrell Splett in October of last year.
And so the unique thing about this case is it happened in 2019, and we were able to apply this technology that is historically used for cold cases, for 50-year-old cold cases, 100-year-old cold cases, and apply it to a current active investigation, which kept this case from going cold in the first place. And so I think we're going to see a lot more cases that are modern, that are current, not even fall to the cold case category or old case category, where this science and technology is going to be applied to it to get a very quick resolution.
Yes, so how this forensic genealogy will impact our office in the future is hopefully we will, knock on wood, not have a cold case ever, cross our path, because we will hopefully be able to identify them within a few months or so.
It's just like anything new. There's uncertainty in how it works, there's uncertainty with how to apply it, and there's limited budgets available for it because it's new. And just like anything, when something works, then it's very easy for people to, one, find a way to budget for it. If it's gonna help close cases, solve crimes, take serial rapists off the street, whatever it may be, people will find a way to work this into becoming the norm.
I would most definitely consider using forensic genealogy in the future, and like I said before, I've even suggested Othram Lab to other medical examiners and coroners' offices who I know have cold cases, because it was just such a great experience to not only work with them, but then to bring that closure to the family.